Good morning. This is Grateful Ed. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I want to send a hello to everybody and also send my love to everyone. It's a great day to be alive, and I'm very blessed to be able to make these videos and reach out to people and just tell my story and share my opinions. If it helps one person, then I feel like that's a success because by talking these things out, it also helps me to connect the dots about what has happened the last few years and all my life basically. So I just got to say that bottom line, there's a reason why these things have happened to me, and I think if people look back, they can, take a look and see that if these similar things with child abuse and gang stalking, bullying, that type of thing has happened to them, um, hopefully you can find your strength, your inner strength, and your strength from your higher power. I believe in God, and I believe that by putting these things together, you can find a way out of the matrix. Um, Trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and move forward. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone at different levels who have helped me, who have given me benefit of the doubt, and also who have listened to my story. And no matter what, some kind of false narratives that have been put forward, they could take a look at that and give me the benefit of the doubt in order for to speak my truth. So thank you very much. Um, there are so many things going on in the world right now that are unprecedented. I can see how some people would see it would be overwhelming, but I don't know how else to describe it other than we're on the brink of World War III, and there's a lot of saber rattling with especially China and North Korea. Uh, don't forget Russia. There's issues with Russia too. So, from my understanding, the doctrine has always been that there was a big doubt that America could fight two wars simultaneously, one with China and one in Europe. And I don't believe that's true. I believe that the American military and American resolve will see us through these things um, into victory. We're facing a lot of crisis, these bank failures. The news is phony anyway, right? We know that they've been putting out false narratives for a long time. That's well known now. So the information that we're given on the banks, I believe it's a lot worse than what they're actually telling us. And, time will tell on that. The other thing I want to say is, we're fighting this weather warfare. Have you ever seen weather that's crazy? So a lot of these natural disasters, okay, some of that's man-made, I'm sure, and some of it is driven by God, So, these are the times that we're living in. Um, the border crisis, take a look at that. It's unprecedented. You can tell that there is no regard uh, by Biden about this border crisis. It seems as though, and I believe it's my opinion, this is just part of their narrative in order to open the borders uh, and destroy the country. Okay. Um, there's a process, there's a way. If we don't have under President Trump, there's a process and there's a way in order to legally come to the United States. Okay, and you can tell that this administration has totally disregarded that. The other thing is the chemical attacks on people, with the railroads. My heart goes out to the people in Ohio and Palestine, East Palestine, and they've ruined their city. They've ruined their town, their small community, and there's no regard for that whatsoever. So the only way is together we stand up and speak our truth, and that's a great example of how that's done. Okay, and I gotta say, everywhere else around the country too, where these train derailments and chemical spills, nuclear reactor leaks, this is all. I don't believe these are all coincidences. I believe they're all coordinated attacks by the government, in order to destroy our country. Um, the other thing is, I want to say Biden's focus is always on Ukraine, 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 and not on the American people. And I just want to say that whether you like it or not, and a lot of people are coming to the realization, this country ran so much better under President Trump's leadership, okay? We didn't have these world affairs. President Trump stood up and they respected the man and they feared the man because they know nobody can beat the United States military, okay? That's a given. But he was able to work things with policy first to try to make a win-win situation. And if not, then, the military is always there in order to use as an arm of his national strategy. So here we are, and, together is the way that we stand up and, take our country back and stand for America, and also to, call out these phony politicians. So I wanted to talk also about the gang stalking, and I wanted to give a couple examples today. These, I just want to let everybody know that the gang stalking is a real deal, okay? And it doesn't matter who you are or where you're at in life. If your family and friends and the societies in town, the government has you marked, okay, then they will. It's not funny, but they will do everything they can in order to take you out, okay, and that means they want to take your life, take your property, degrade you. They want to humiliate you. They want to steal, rob, and make no mistake, they're after your soul because it's evil. Okay, but I like to share my stories, and it helps me to speak about these things. And like I say, anyone else that it can help in order for them to realize, hey, whether we know it or not, we've been in this thing together. You're in the matrix, okay? So it's when it's your time to fight, you got to find a way, find your resolve and find your inner strength, find your higher power in order to do that, okay? Because it's no joke. And I was looking back on some of the things in the military, okay? And one of those, it was at C-17 program office. Some of the people that we crossed paths with for whatever reason, okay? And I spoke about Knob, okay? He was a retired Air Force captain. And, unfortunately, he got caught up, made the decision to basically steer repair contracts to a certain vendor in order to get kickbacks. And, I don't know exactly how he did that. It could have been ignoring the competitive bid process, or it could be that, he just made it happen, even though that was part of the contract, in order to, go out and get the lowest bidder, these type things, okay. Either way, I know that he had the FBI all over him, okay. So when he came to work for us, I didn't know these things, all right? I had no idea. But, in retrospect, I'm beginning to wonder how that played into my program about gang stalking and trying to derail me and, my career and my life when it comes to that. But, I got along with Knob, but I really didn't think too much of him as a contract. He just showed up one day out of the blue, always feet on the desk and not much regard, not much motivation. Thing is, I didn't know what was going on behind the scene with him and his family. But either way, now that I'm looking back, that could be another method that was tried to use to try to dig up some dirt or manufacture some dirt on me. Okay, but the other thing was Stoney. Okay, Stoney was quite a case. He showed up out of the blue also, and Stoney had some sort of a major disease. Okay, and I want to say sickle cell, but I'm not sure if that's it. Anyway, the Air Force had given him a medical discharge. Okay, and along with that medical discharge was a severance package back in the day. So what happened was he had gotten better, I suppose, to the point where they wanted to bring him back on active duty. So somehow during this transition process, he ended up at the program office. Okay. Well, like most people, he wanted to stay at the program office. And I don't know if he owned a house in Dayton or what was behind that, whatever. Either way, he wanted to stay at the program office. So the other part of that was that he brought it up to us about not paying back his severance package. And I advised him, I said, that's probably not a good idea. You need to talk to them about that. Because if you're coming back on active duty, it's probably in your best interest to let them know that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So, in his efforts, I gotta say, in his efforts to try to stay, he would do anything he could to circumvent the system and go around me, okay, to try to make that happen. I mean, Stoney was a good guy. He was very articulate. People liked him, so he was very good with, impressing people, communication, just basically getting along with people. The thing about it is he was pulling out all the stops. I know we were in the colonel's office and we had the conversation, and that was one thing, that was at our level. But there was certain things. The one that took the cake, well, there was two of them. As we got closer to the time he was going to leave, he ended up at the command chief's office. I had no idea about that. I got some kind of call or, back channeled on, hey, he was up there and, talking to, command chief about. And when he was supposed to come to me, he was making these things happen. What really took the cake is you pick up the Skyrider on a Friday, the base newspaper, and there's his article in there, giving the interview and shit. And I'm like, all this is just blindsided me. And I'm just wondering if this is part of this whole thing too, to come in and wreak havoc, or these things just happen. Either way, it was... these things are going to happen in life, and it all depends on how you handle them. Okay. So Stoney, he ended up going to Altus, I believe. And these things did not work. But they made life very interesting, Once I find out he didn't want to, address the Air Force about that severance pay and the money that he had received, then I had to I had to open a file and make some notes, about what was going on, because it definitely, things weren't going the way that they really should be as far as protocol goes. So I look back and there was some other things that happened in the program office too, but those two things stood out. And the thing about it is there are contacts at different levels, different organizations. Okay, and these folks will stop at nothing in order to use people, places, programs in order to derail you and you know what you're destined to do, your success, your well-being, that type of thing. Don't let them do it. Do not let them steal your integrity, and don't let them steal your peace. Okay. So I want to thank you very much. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless America. And keep on keeping on.